Hello, class 6. Welcome back. Children, your first chapter, The Most Beautiful Thing, has been explained in 3 videos. First video you have already seen, which was given to you along with your first assignment. The second video was uploaded yesterday, that is on Wednesday, in order to complete the chapter by today. Okay, so the video which you are watching right now is the third part, the third explanation part of that chapter. Okay, so make sure that you watch the second video also in order to get the complete story of the chapter, right? So let us begin from where we have left yesterday. She found Ramchand in the same corner where she had left him with the piece of dough still firmly in his hand. But he was crying. And he wasn't howling or throwing a tantrum or weeping like children do. He was really crying with real heartbreaking sorrow, gulping and sobbing, his eyes full of grief. When she entered the room, she saw that Ramchand was sitting in the same corner where she had told him to sit, and he still had that lump of dough in his hand, and he had not made anything out of it. What she noticed extra was that Ramchand was actually crying, and he was not, he was literally crying like with all the, gulping and sobbing, but he was not throwing a tantrum. He was not misbehaving. He was not trying to attract attention, but he was actually crying, and by looking at him, mother could realize that he was feeling very sad. Grief is he was feeling very sad. Pain tore through her heart. She rushed to him and scooped him up in her arms, hugging him, examining him to see if he had physically hurt himself. But he hadn't, and she sensed it anyway. His eyes told her that. She murmured to him, she crooned to him gently, and when he calmed down slightly, the sorrow and incomprehension still in his eyes, she asked him very, very seriously, the way one asks an adult, "Tell me, why are you crying?" On returning back from the shop, Ramchand's mother saw him crying. So, out of concern, the first thing that came to her mind is maybe he's hurt. So she quickly goes near him. She picks him up in her arms. She hugs him tightly so that he will calm down. He might calm down a little. Then she starts checking, his hands, his legs, the other parts of the body, just to see if if he has hurt himself. But Ramchand gave her that indication that he's perfectly fine. There is no harm on any part of his body. So she sits beside Ramchand and she speaks to him very softly for quite a moment of time, for quite some time. And when Ramchand calmed down, he almost stopped crying. Then Ramchand's mother asked him to tell her the reason that why he was crying. The look on his face more confused than miserable. He looked at the beloved, familiar face of his mother. Her clear gaze met his with honesty. He trusted her. He could tell her, Ma, you said, you told me to make the most. He gulped. She waited. You said, make the most beautiful thing in the world. But Ramchand did not respond to her immediately. He was looking at the piece of the dough that was there in his hand. And there was a sort of confusion which Ramchand's mother could see on his face. And he was looking at the dough, then he looked at his mother, who to him was the most lovable person in the world. And he knew that he can trust his mother, so he tells her the reason that why he is crying. He says that, Ma, you asked me to make the most beautiful thing in the world. And she asked, her face still serious and inquiring. And here Ramchand burst into tears again and wailed out, I don't know what is the most beautiful thing in the world. She didn't laugh at him, and she never knew How grateful her son was to her for the rest of his life for not laughing, not even speaking or moving at that moment. She hugged him lightly and stroked his head gently. So when Ramchand says, Mom, you asked me to make the most beautiful thing in the world, Ramchand's mother said, Yes, I asked. Then what? What happened then? So he says, and then he starts crying again. And he while crying, he says that, Mom, I don't know what is the most beautiful thing in the world. I kept on thinking about it. I could not. I could not imagine the most beautiful thing. As a result, I was not able to make anything out of that lump of dough because I don't know what is the most beautiful thing in the world for me. So listening to his, reason, she did not laugh at him. On the other hand, she hugged him tightly and she gently stroked his head. Stroked his hand is she gently stroked his hand is like that. When you stroke somebody's head like this, it's called stroking. Okay, when you when you move your hand on somebody's head, that's called stroking. Stroking is a way of calming down that person, and that act of his mother was something that remained with Ramchand for the entire life. He at that moment when mother came to know that he doesn't know what is the most beautiful thing in the world for him, she did not laugh at him for his ignorance. In fact, on the other hand, she hugged him tightly and she stroked him gently in order to calm him down. Ramchand's father came in then, saw Ramchand's tear-stained face, and to his surprise, also saw tears glistening in his wife's eyes. What happened? He asked. And she didn't say nothing, he just fell down. With complete, perfect composure, she told him. At that very moment, Ramchand's father came into the room, and when he looked at Ramchand, he saw that his face was all tear stained, like he could see the stains of the tear on his face. And when he looked at his wife, he saw that there were tears in her eyes, which were glistening, which were shining. Okay, so he was very surprised, and he asked his wife that what happened, why is he crying, and why are there tears in your eyes? But she did not say anything. She did not lie to him. Generally, when something happens, a child is crying, father says, What happened? So mother gives an excuse, Oh, nothing happened, he just fell down. But she did not do that. On the other hand, very composed, very calmly, she told him the entire thing. She told him that, when you called me out, I gave him a lump of dough and I asked him to make something out of it, which he finds most beautiful in the world. And, but he doesn't know that, and that is why he is crying. Ramchand looked at his father apprehensively, his own face tense, the tears dried, the lump of dough now dusty, its surface drying and forming little cracks. His father looked straight into his son's eyes and said, But I don't know that either. So at that time, Ramchand looked at his father and there was worry on Ramchand's face. He was quite worried that what will my father think? What will he think that I don't know what is the most beautiful thing in the world? How will he react? So all that thing was going on in his mind, and he looked very apprehensively, very worryingly at his father, and the lump of dough in his hand was almost dried. As the dough dries, it has that cracks, it forms cracks on its surface. So that thing was there. But when he looked at his father straight away looked in his eyes and very seriously, very honestly, he says, It's not a big deal. Even I don't know what is the most beautiful thing for me. I am such a grown-up person, and still if you'll ask me what is the most beautiful thing for me, even I will not be able to tell you the answer, because I myself at this age also do not know what is the most beautiful thing in this world for me. The silence of his mother, the simple truth in his father's voice, these were things Ramchand never forgot. There was perfect peace in the room after that moment. Ramchand didn't know where that lump of dough went. It was forgotten by everyone. His mother washed his face and hands, dried them gently with a soft cotton cloth, and gave him some warm milk to drink. That moment remained in Ramchand's mind forever. He always remembers how silent, how quiet his mom had gone, He could, feel the honesty in his father's voice when he tells Ramchand that even he doesn't know what is the most beautiful thing for him in this world at this age. And then there was total, complete peace in that room. And very gently, very quietly, Ramchand's mother had taken that lump of dough from his hand, which he didn't even realize that he's no more holding the dough in his hand. Everybody forgot everything. And because, Ramchand's face was already stained with tears, so Ramchand's mother took him to the bathroom, and she washed his face and hands. She, because his hands were all that sticky with that lump of dough, because of the lump of dough, she washed his hands, she washed his face, she dried it with a towel, and then she gave him a warm cup of milk to drink so that he will calm down more. His father brought him a sugar-coated biscuit from the shop. Ramchand knew it was one of the most expensive ones in the shop. After that, nobody mentioned the incident again. And after the shop closed, dinner and bedtime were just the same. But from that day onwards, Ramchand loved his parents much more. In the meanwhile, his father goes to the shop, and from there he brings out a biscuit and he gives it to Ramchand. Now it was a sugar coated biscuit, a biscuit on which sugar was sprinkled. Okay, so that sugar coated biscuit was one of the most expensive, one of the most costliest thing in that shop. So that biscuit Ramchand's father offered him, or gave to Ramchand. And after that, the normal routine started, and Ramchand's mother started cooking for herself and for her family. And later on, they all had their dinner. And when it was a bedtime, they, quietly and very, calmly, without discussing about what had happened a few moments, a few hours before, they very quietly went to their sleep. And that day made Ramchand realize how much his parents loved him. He realized that, it is okay not to know everything in the world, in this world. And he realized how composed, how confidently, how quietly, how, nicely his parents, his father and his mother handled that situation, and how they calmed him down. So that increased his love and his respect for his parents, and he had more affection towards them from that day onwards.